Kimmerhall Huladunia, Feuchamaich Olde Scot the Celtic podcast. Now, I took a break last week to celebrate Easter with my family. I hope you did as well. But this virus is making it hard to do anything these days, which makes my podcast a COVID-19 free activity. It's completely sanitized for your safety. On today's show, we're going to introduce you to for some pronunciation help in Feuchamaich Beagan Gaidhlig. We'll talk to you about the massacre at Trumpan Church in our Celtic history segment, and you will hear the trouble being associated with certain Scottish clans in everyday Celtic ways. Now, throughout the program, we're going to hear music from Emily Smith, Rachel Sermani, Joy Dunlop, Mary J. Lamond, and Ben Bowen King. And as always, it's a wee bit of Irish trivia to start us off. Who became the first female Irish president in 1991? All right, Feuchamaich, let's kick this thing off. Enjoy.
Where hae ye been all the day, Lord Donald, my son? Where hae ye been all the day, my bonny young man? I hae been to the green woods, Mother mak my bed soon, for I'm weary wi' hunting, and a fain would lie down. What did you meet in the green woods, Lord Donald, my son? What did you meet in the green woods, my bonny young man? Oh, I met with my sweetheart, Mother mak my bed soon, for I'm weary wi' hunting, and a fain would lie down. What did you have for your dinner, Lord Donald, my son? What did you have for your dinner, my bonny young man? I had eels boiled and brie, Mother mak my bed soon, for I'm weary wi' hunting, and a fain would lie down. Oh, I fear ye are poisoned, Lord Donald, my son. Oh, I fear ye are poisoned, my bonny young man. Oh, I am poisoned, Mother, gan and mak my bed soon, for I'm sick at the heart, and a fain would lie down. What will you leave to your brother, Lord Donald, my son? What will you leave to your brother, my bonny young man? All my houses and lands, Mother mak my bed soon, for I'm sick at the in yon high tree. Mother, mak my bed soon, for I'm sick at my head, and I feel goodbye dear.
Alright, that was Lord Donald by Emily Smith. And now, Han Tom and Feuchamaich Beagan Gaidhlig, it's time for Let's Try Little Gaelic. I do not represent myself as an authority on the Gaelic language, only someone who loves learning it and wants to help others. What I teach comes right from the textbooks of well-respected Gaelic teachers. I hope you find it interesting, informative, and fun. Now today we're gonna talk about pronunciation, and I'm gonna give you a little bit of help. Actually, I probably need more help than you, because this is the one thing about learning Gaelic that really is hard for me. I have such a strong Midwestern American accent that it's hard for me to grasp some of the sounds that Gaelic demands that you use. So all too often, a lot of my pronunciations come out just flat ass wrong, and I will not deny that. I definitely have a higher comprehension of Gaelic reading than I do speaking. And as always, I will display on the screen what I am discussing. Now today, we're going to work on my weakest point, which is the pronunciation. Oh. So Tashak Shin, let's begin. Alright. Now, the first thing we're going to go over is lenited consonants. And that's any time that you get that H thrown in there, that helps to smooth out the word. Okay. And or when a consonant is grouped with an H to make a different sound. As in our first one, BH, which at the beginning of a word sounds a lot like veil. So you get vo. Okay. Which is an example. Over here it says exemplar agus nota. That means examples and notes. And berla, of course, is the English word. Of course, then you got the Gaelic. So, and then the BH at the end of the word sounds more like give. So you got kriv, which is tree. But there's a small aspiration at the end of the sound. Kriv. It's just like a breathing through the word. Next, we're going to CH at the beginning. Then it's ha, pronounced like the German ich. Ha. Says the IE, H, and Y run together. I don't know exactly what that means, but anyway. So the next one is the CH at the end, which there's not really an example. If it's blank, that means there's not really an example in English to show you. But it's kind of like spelling the word lock, as in like you would lock a door, phonetically. And it's L-A-W-K. You've got that hard K sound at the end. So if you're going to say lock as in a body of water in Scotland, it's luck. It's kind of like that dropping a pencil on a table sound. It's hard K. All right. Next, we're going to go to DH at the beginning, and we've got Yerig, which is red, for the red color red, and it has that a y sound. Okay, whenever it's lenited, that H gives it that kind of y sound. So Yerig. And then the DH at the end is kind of like gun in English. So this word is ruag, which is red, like red-headed. It has that g sound. So, all right, let's move on to the next. We got FH. In FH, there's no real English example, but it's silent, as in Henial is acum. The word is, meaning knowledge, is actually spelled FHIOS, but you don't, of course, you don't pronounce the FH, so it's just is. All right. GH, there's not really a English equivalent, so we go to Yed. Okay, now I don't know what Yed means. Hang on a second, let me look it up. Okay, Yed actually means though or although. Okay, as in Gednach el Shin Ast. All right. Well, let's move on to the next one. MH, which you've probably seen already. Sounds a lot like the word vein or van. And you've probably seen it as in gleva. Okay. The PH initial at the beginning sounds a lot like the F in fashion. So you get Ben Fosta. The PH at the end sounds a lot like the F in roof, with that small aspiration, roof, as you go blow through the end. SH sounds a lot like hog, but the S, of course, is silent. Okay, so be like, I can't think of a word right off the hand. Hang on. Actually, Shias, as in like down. Shisias, sit down, of course. No, that's not really a good. Shias. There you go. Now, move on to the next one. TH at the beginning is the same thing, hog, as in hulum. And then TH at the end is just like in B, at the will be. It has a very, very soft H sound. Okay. All right. That was kind of pretty tough. And the reason now you see why I have such a hard time with it. I don't know. Some people who speak Gaelic have such an easy time pronouncing these words. I don't understand how they get it so easily. I guess they're just closer to the mother tongue than I am. All right, vowels. Now this should go pretty easy. You've got, of course, you got your slender vowels, and you have your broad vowels. And the broad vowels will be the ones that have that little mark over top. I was always called, that's called a shinafada. There's another word for it, but I don't know right offhand. Then we've got, first on the left-hand side, we got Gaelic. That's the Gaelic vowel. Then we have the English word equivalent, and then we have an example of the Gaelic word at the end. So a slender A is just like cat, which is bata, which is a walking stick. Then we have the A with the shinafada, which is just like the A in father, which the example would be ban, which is fair, like fair-haired, ban out, ban fout. A, or the E, is just like the A in late, A. So an example would be lay, which would be with. The E with the shinafada is just like lade, as also is in hain, like kimra hashif hain. All right. The slender I is just like the E's in sweet, E. So you go to the example, it's sheen. Sweet sheen. Okay, the broad I is just like the E in evil. Mean, which is the example. You got the slender O, just like the O in top. The example is buck. And then the O, the broad O is just like the O's in door. And the example is more, big, more. The slender U is like the OU and oui for French, and the French oui, or the sound in food. So the example is tour. The broad U is just like the EW in brew, tour, brew, tour. Okay, makes a lot of sense. All right, that was kind of pretty tough for me today. But I keep working on these things all the time to help my pronunciation get better. And if you're having a hard time with pronunciation, I'm going to do these 2 this week. I'm doing 2 more the next following week. And I would advise you to just keep them handy and work on them, just like I do. All right. That's it for Feuchamaich Beagan Gaidhlig.
If I could take this wave to sea, do you think that we could sail out in the night? We must let no one know, so maybe if we go, we'll go unseen. I'll sing below the ripples, heed the seashells of the storm, and we'll swim, knowing they can't touch us. We'll swim, knowing they can't touch us. If eyes could stop their rumored lies, do you think that we could venture to the light? I'd even play my violin, scratching on the strings, a laughing joy. I don't want to be that crashing wave, but I'll give it one more try. And we'll swim, knowing rain can't touch us. We'll swim, knowing rain can't touch us. We'll swim, knowing rain can't touch us. We'll swim, knowing they can't touch us. And I'll shelter you from harm, and my love will keep you warm until all these fears have gone. And we'll swim, knowing rain can't touch us. We'll swim, knowing rain can't touch us. We'll swim, knowing rain can't touch us. We'll swim, knowing they can't.
Alright, that was Breathe Easy by Rachel Sermani. Today on the Celtic History Break, today's topic is Trumpan Church. Alright. There is a humble old ruined church called Trumpan Church on the Waternish Peninsula on the Isle of Skye. On the first Sunday of May 1578, members of Clan Donald sailed around the peninsula and quietly gathered outside the church, where they barricaded the exits, set fire to the thatch roof, and burned all the gathered MacLeod churchgoers alive. All except one little girl who managed to escape through a window. Now, I know this seems horrible, and you're probably asking yourself, why would they do this? This act of terrorism was in retaliation for an even worse crime committed against the MacDonalds at that time. Just a few months before, Clan MacLeod led a raiding party to the nearby Isle of Egg, when the 395 MacDonalds who lived there, of course that's the entire population of the island, when they sought refuge in a cave, the MacLeods set fire to the entrance in hopes of smoking them out. Instead, they all suffocated. The MacLeods still raided the island, left it bare of anything valuable, and left nothing alive. Cattle, livestock, even pets were killed or taken. So you see why the MacDonalds would act in such a way. Because at the time, vengeance was kind of like the rule of the day. As the story goes, though, while the Trumpan Church burned there on the Waternish Peninsula, this little girl did escape. She was mortally wounded in the escape, but before she could succumb to her wounds, she was able to get word to other MacLeods at Dunvegan Castle, which is about 10 miles away. Feeling successful in their vengeance, the MacDonalds, though, went back to their boats to flee. But the tide had already left without them, and taken their boats they had so recklessly left untethered, leaving them literally and figuratively high and dry. Now their minds had been focused on revenge, and they had sealed their own fate. The alerted MacLeods proceeded to the area near the church and surrounded the group of MacDonalds. They began to slaughter every member of the MacDonald party, having them outnumbered 5-1. Then proceeded to drag their bodies up behind a dry stone wall or a dike, and then pushed the wall over on top of them. Because of this, the battle is now remembered as the Battle of the Spoiling of the Dike. Now, no one knows why the MacLeods raided the Isle of Egg in the first place, other than just to raid an island. Maybe they were hoping to get away and then deny knowledge of the event. But it seems that tensions were high enough between the two clans that the event would have the MacDonalds look accusingly at them anyway. So, this is just a brief glimpse into the history of the troubles between the clans, which is going to be kind of the theme today. But just remember, back in this time, 16th century, this is how the clans treated each other. Luckily, we don't do that today. All right, that's it for that's it for the Celtic History Break. All right, bye.
Feuchamaich Inchach Gerson bufreke vom Gemeres muni hinje gun blachking An runga gleke chof Gun bathing yodes gun kudingi Gu kiel loch nam of folk Gu kiel loch nam of folk Gegraf musje baas kroin kesi En jek in groein Span Es kemmerschen wiek de lakkum The undu shuden dain Had len me jachend leer Rien vikia Is kemmerschen nachanihin Die beherrin je gnai Die beherrin je gnai Ach, nen roan best gong Smim hisse weet van nacht Leminjen jevnja juurne Let spirits glees on Let spirits glees on
All right, that was Enrollin' by Joy Dunlop. Now it's time for Everyday Celtic Ways. Today we will talk about the trouble with being associated with some of the Scottish clans. Now, the trouble with being associated with some of these clans is that almost every clan in Scotland comes with a certain amount of baggage with it, meaning that at one time or another during the hundreds of years the clans have existed, they have at some point killed, massacred, pillaged, or some equal atrocity to other clans in the area. And with exception to Clan Campbell, the MacDonalds have done their share of all that and plenty more. I knew, of course, before I visited Scotland about Glencoe and other notable atrocities that the Campbells had committed upon us poor unsuspecting MacDonalds. We were a peaceful clan just trying to survive in the Highlands and Islands. We never did anything wrong. Yeah, right. As I toured the Highlands and Islands, I visited many castles and ruins and other clan great houses. As I toured the ancient or grand sites, I would envision my ancestors in their daily lives, going and coming, living peacefully among the Grants, the Frasers, the MacLeods, and others. I had such an unrealistic hatred for the Campbells until I noticed something. At each and every place I visited, there seemed to be a story about how at one time in the history of that particular house or castle, The MacDonalds had come through and laid siege to them, sacked their castle, pillaged and looted, and drove off their cattle and all sorts of devious things. At first I would make excuses, for history that smacked me so hard right in the face that my clan was just a bully, equal to or even worse than those dreaded Campbells. Then as I learned and sought out the information at each new place I visited, I came to realize that it was all true. Clan Donald was not just a bunch of peace-loving, kilted pipers who ate haggis and played shinty to relieve the stress of Highland life. No, they were cold-blooded killers bent on expansion of their lands and power at any cost. I started to feel ashamed of my namesake, almost, and then I had another realization, and that was that when I looked hard enough, looked past what my tunnel vision had showed me, I noticed that every clan had stories like this that haunted them. Every clan wanted to expand their land's power and influence. Those were the times which they lived, and those were the tactics that worked for them. I don't begrudge any clan for anything they might have done during and throughout history. I don't even begrudge Clan Campbell for the Glencoe massacre, because if the Crown had ordered a different regiment that was filled with Frasers or MacDonalds or any other clan, they would have followed those orders just like the Campbells did, because not following orders would have been an even worse fate for them. So history is full of violence and atrocities and massacres and clan infighting. But the Scotland that has emerged from its horrible and tragic past is one to be proud of. All right, that's Every Day for Celtic Ways.
Na kringst na glien bewaarje leens dat kreegjes kleine vrije man drik fashion rimar en beans a gommen Greenup Yard gaan ja latjen ju van grains kan perlum heen wie tafel na braai na hein ik mest na zon een feitje vriend na galig na kringst na glien bewaarje leens dat kreegjes kleine vrije man drik fashion rimar en beans a gommen Greenup Yard Do vroeg en karams en feitjes breed, do wach en regen arif, maar oog around en service ramen riege baun en narfjan. De gringst na glien bewaarje lijn, zat krijgjes grine vrije, man drie fashion rimar en beans a gommen Greenup Yard Gur pouch gach woer a fasket woer mat in goerie vajan Spikion en jen gefound virgien Nur hikke grien ei faltjan De gringst na glien bewaarje lijn Zat gringjes grine vrije Man drik fashion rimar en beans a gommen Greenup Yard Bis true in verduske guana bruchag mak maragen Bi crow is kurig patrim fut in fonen ut en aarde Na gringst na glien bewaarje lijn Zat krijgjes glien vrije Man drik fashion rimar en beans a gommen Greenup Yard Gum dinum kjord na heinje vod Si fauwer en gwar na Wat fysiek was en schies lei vloeim Gaat door mi voet en vrije De gringst na glien bewaarje lijn Zat krijgjes kleine vrije Man drik fashion rimar en beans a gommen Greenup Yard De gringst na glien bewaarje lijn Zat krijgjes kleine vrije
Alright, and that was Embry by Mary J. Lamont. Well, that's it for today's show. Hope you liked it. I'm trying to keep it interesting, informative, and fun while showing you the beauty of all things Celtic. I would like to thank everyone for all the support and kind words, likes, and new subscribers. Tapaleva Herichin. Thank you, friends. Now, before I let you go, the trivia question answer. Who became the first female president of Ireland in 1991? And that would be Mary Robinson. All right, I'll post a picture up here for you. All right, remember to check out my YouTube channel, Olde Scot, along with the Learn the Gaelic Song videos and the Celtic podcast videos. Also, there's plenty more things on the YouTube channel to check out. But just go in there, explore around, check it out. Martian Leven Drozda, bye for now, but I'm going to let you go with a song called Jamie's Heart by Ben Bowen King from the Authentic Scottish Castle Music CD. Enjoy.